300 days ago I became a crazy ant guy, because that is when I got my third ant colony. And I hear you thinking, what idiot pays for ants? And the answer is simple, this guy. Oh wait, I'm sorry, this guy. I learned something cool, by the way. Is this relevant for the video? Nope. But is it cool? No. Moving on. Anyway, we're gonna start at day 1, big surprise. And we're going all the way to today, which is 300 days later, to see what these ants have been up to all these days, including Bob here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video, because I promise you, you'll see some ants. Oh, and they made new winged queens. Pretty cool, right? On day 1, I received a few workers and one beautiful queen. One regular queen. I also got this setup that needs to be set up. And I got this ant food that I tasted, because I said I would taste it if a previous video got 80,000 likes, which of course it did. This time I'll make it more interesting. If this video gets 100,000 likes in a month, I'll get a tattoo of Bob here. You heard me. On day 1, I quickly set up this setup. Everything went pretty smooth, besides this tube that wouldn't fit, but that was nothing a little hacked tool couldn't fix. I added the ants so they could start building their empire, or whatever they wanted to do. On day 5, I gave them some of my food. I mean, some of their food. They were hesitant, but that's probably because they were too busy tending to their seeds. These are harvester ants that turn seeds into ant bread. And yes, you'll totally see some ants bake bread in this video. Day 6 was the first day I saw some ants leave the tube, but that's probably because I got better things to do than watch these ants 24/7. On day 9, I hoped the ants would start exploring the nest areas, but instead they started digging in the arena. But don't worry, they will build a nest soon enough. Day 12 has arrived. Yeah, I thought I'd spice things up with this animated title. I'm sorry, I know these are stupid. Anyway, on this day, they also started digging in the front here. However, I don't think the queen liked it. She went out to check if her second bedroom was already finished. Just kidding. You'll see later in this video that these ants prefer to shit on the glass, so I have to clean it. I think they hate me. On day 14, I bought a high-tech lens so I could follow them underground. They just dug against the glass. Still pretty cool, right? Now I have to prepare you for day 20. It's the saddest day in this channel's history. It is the day I learned that ants take fall damage. This one fell and got crippled or something. On day 30, I woke up to a surprise. The queen was gone. Only this ant here is left. Let's follow it. Maybe she leads us to the queen. No queen here. I'm acting like an idiot that doesn't know where she is, but of course I know. But I've got to build tension. Isn't that how these videos work? Here she is. Remember when I told you that these ants make bread? Well, this one has started. I'll show you the finished product later in this video. I hope you can handle the anticipation. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Hey, the queen is back. She looks shy and compared to the others. Yeah, I'll see myself out now. The colony is clearly growing because they're bringing in new ants left and right. But I'm pretty sure that one has brain damage after that. Wait a minute. I think I might be an ant. Judging by the amount of shit in the tube, you can clearly see that the colony has grown a lot by day 50. But more importantly, this day marks the rise of a hero, the rise of a fan favorite, the rise of Soldier Ant. People that are new to the channel are probably thinking, what the hell am I watching? But hey, we're 5 minutes in, too late to click off now. Anyway, this giant pupa here is going to turn into a soldier or a major worker. They help protect the colony, and with these harvester ants, also help crack open bigger seeds to make the ant bread. At this point, I knew I needed to give the colony more proteins for the gains. So I cut up this cricket, which makes it easier for them to process it. I have no clue why I zoomed in on this. Shake, shake, shake. The smell of protein drew them out fast, because these crickets might look disgusting, but they actually smell disgusting. They are tearing off small pieces to give to the larvae to raise more soldier ants. You will see them in a minute. This is an antennae, and that is a leg. And these are all for the larvae. That is because adult ants don't eat solid food. It is time. Do you see it? That is soldier ant. She's a lot bigger than the other ants, but still on the small size of major ants. In the next few months, they will make even more and bigger ants, and even a completely different class. But this will happen after the big move. The ants needed to move out because the water was running out, and also some mold was growing. Here is someone that wants to say hi. But how do you get ants to move out? That actually isn't as hard as you might think. You just have to flashbang them, just like this. Basically, you just expose them to light, and they will look for a new place without a weird idiot that is filming them. Now before I show you the big move, a quick word from me. You thought I was gonna say sponsor, right? There is no sponsor. So I think I'm allowed to promote my Patreon page. This is it. For the price of a coffee, you can support me and help me a lot. And I know this sounds a lot like begging, and that is because it is. This is begging. Anyway, the next couple of days, the ants started moving everything out of the nest. Starting with the seeds. This is the ant bread, by the way, or it might be puke, but I'm pretty sure it's the bread, which is basically puke, so I guess it's both. This ant bread or puke is what they make to feed the colony, and this is also why they stash the seeds. So let's see where she takes them. These ants will always store the seeds in a dry place. This way they don't germinate and destroy the nest. I think these ants might be smarter than me, but that isn't really an accomplishment. The ants kept running back and forth to move all the seeds into the new nest. And after a while, it was also time to start moving the larvae. And this is a big ass larvae, probably another soldier ant in the making. This ant has a long way to go, while carrying something that is almost the same size as her. And she makes it look easy. That is probably because they can lift up to 20 times their own body weight. Of course, the queen has to move too, and with a little encouragement of the workers, she soon followed. Here she sits in her new home, while the workers do all the work. All she has to do is pump out eggs 24/7. Yeah, that doesn't sound better. As you can see, the move is always done, but of course I want to give them all the time they need to move everything out. Unfortunately, they haven't started digging in the middle nest yet, but that is about to change. Bum bum bum. That's suspense. On day 110, the queen was gone, and this time I really couldn't find her. However, I did notice a lot of activity in the middle nest area, so she's probably in there. This is soldier ant, not the queen. They are definitely digging in there, but there are no tunnels visible in the front. But apparently, just like a mullet, it's business in the front and party in the back. No queen though. Damn it, why does that keep happening? On day 115, I gave them some food, and they brought up the larvae to feed them. And apparently, they expanded the tunnel, and there she is, our queen. We're jumping to day 150, because something really special happened that day. No, it's not a small tunnel they dug in the front that is special. This was the day I learned that ants have tongues, and Bob here is putting it to good use. Besides that, I just fed them more proteins, so they could raise more workers, and more queens apparently, as you will see later. On day 200, they just expanded the tunnels in the front. Let's take a look. They have a lot of eggs, larvae and pupae, which they are now moving like crazy, because you know I basically flashbanged them again by removing that red foil. Here's the queen, and I don't think she likes the light either. I quickly fed them again, because as a biologist I can tell you, ants are animals and animals need food. Yummy. And apparently all the food worked, because they were raising bigger and bigger pupae, like this one. Of course, as a biologist I knew this would become a giant soldier. That was until I remembered I wasn't a very good biologist, because I was completely wrong. Turns out to be a virgin queen. In the wild, these would fly out, mate and start a new nest, but this one hit the jackpot. It can serve as a worker, but bigger. In the next couple of weeks, they were raising more giant pupae. And of course, as a biologist, I knew these were queens and not workers. And eventually, after 11 minutes of this crappy video, we're here, day 300. But keep watching, it's not done yet. I estimate that there are now 3 or 4 winged queens. It's hard to count them, because they have a lot of places to hide now with the new tunnels. They are shy. Or they just hate me because I condemned them to a life of working instead of mating and raising an empire. Probably just shy. And if you're wondering about the original queen, here she is. She will forever be the real queen, unless I do something wrong and she dies, which is pretty likely because I'm an idiot. As you can see, after 300 days, they still don't like the light. So I guess I better cover them back up and let them rest. Now stop, don't click off, click on this video instead, it will help me a lot. Thank you to all patrons, members and everyone that watched. I think you liked this video next. Bye.